This video will demonstrate the recommendations for starting a new school year with Google Classroom. We'll cover 3 steps in the process. The first is all old classes are archived. Second, you will create a new class for each section. And third, you'll save time by reusing posts from other classes, either classes that were archived or classes that you're currently using. First, all old classes are archived. This is similar to taking a lesson plan book at the end of the year. It's all filled in, and that was all the information for that specific school year. You probably don't throw away the lesson plan book. Instead, you store it in a filing cabinet. Again, you can kind of consider this like archiving. Your Google Classroom classes are the same way. More than likely, when you go to your Google Classroom page, you're going to see all of the classes from last school year have been archived. If you would like to view any of your archived classes, you can go up to the upper left-hand menu, choose Archived Classes, and you'll see a list of all of your archived classes. Second, you will need to create a new class for each section. Thinking about our lesson plan example, at the beginning of a new year, you have a brand new blank lesson plan. The idea is to also start with a blank Google Classroom page. So for each section you have in Infinite Campus, you'll want to create a Google Classroom class for each of those rosters. This is going to be very helpful later on when you sync any of your grades from Google Classroom into Infinite Campus. If you're a middle school teacher, you have 4 core sections, you're going to have 4 Google Classroom pages. If you're a high school teacher with 5 different sections, you're going to have 5 Google Classrooms. An elementary teacher might have a classroom section for reading, another one for math, another one for science, and so on. To create a new Google Classroom page, go to the upper right-hand corner and click the plus symbol. Choose Create Class. A message will come up asking if you would like to link the class to the SIS. The SIS is just Student Information System. In our example, that's Infinite Campus. You'll see a list of your classes listed here. Choose the pull-down arrow, choose the class you would like to connect, and then click Select. This will allow you to sync assignment grades from Google Classroom and export those into Infinite Campus. Next, you'll give your class a name. I recommend in the section to label it with the school year, and then in parentheses, I like to also label it with the semester. So I do S1, and then if you were a middle school teacher, you might do the core. So this example would be Core 1. If you're a high school teacher, that could be Period 1. Elementary teachers, you could probably just say S1 for Semester 1. And that's because at Semester 2, you're going to be creating a new class again. And that's just to help so that all of the content on this page doesn't get too long. Click Create. Once your class is created, if you'd like, you can change the theme. But more importantly, you can go up to the classwork page and you can start building your topic structure. On the classwork page, before we create our next class, you can save some time by creating your topics. So if I go to Create and then go down to Topic, I can say Week 1, colon, and then say August 30th through September 3rd. Our first week of school is August 30th through September 3rd, and I can list all of my assignments for that week underneath this topic. I'm going to create the first 3 weeks as an example. You'll notice that as I'm creating the weeks, the most recent topic is placed at the top. Remember that you can click and drag these to change the order. Some teachers may want to create all of the weeks for the entire semester because in a minute we're going to copy this class, which will also copy over all of these topics. So if you'd like to do this only once instead of once for each class, you may want to take the time of creating all of your topics for this first class. Now that your topic structure is set, go to the upper right-hand corner, click the gear icon. You'll see your class details. Scroll down to General. Under Stream, choose Only Teachers Can Post or Comment. Classwork on Stream, choose Hide Notifications. And then in the upper right-hand corner, click the Save button. Once our topics are set and we've changed our settings, we can go back to the Google Classroom homepage. We basically have a template now of our first class. We can choose the 3 dots, choose Copy, update our class name. So if this was Core 2 or Period 2, I would just change that code and click Copy. Repeat that step again. Once my classes are created, I can change the tiles by clicking and dragging them in the order that I would prefer. Now that my tiles are in the order that I prefer, I need to go into each one of these classes that I just copied and make sure I change the settings. So I'll open up my second period class, go up to the settings, scroll down. If I need to link this to a new class section, I can click the link to class under General, choose the correct class that it links with Infinite Campus. Next, scroll down a little bit further, click the stream, and change the stream so that only teachers can post or comment. And under classwork on the stream, change that to hide notifications. Once you've linked to the general class and you've changed your stream and classwork on the stream settings, click Save, return to the home page, repeat that step for your other classes. Your classes are now ready to begin adding announcements and assignments. That brings us to the third step, which is a time saver, and that's reusing posts from other classes. Those other classes can also include your archived classes. So again, you can think about it this way. You're going back into your filing cabinet and you're pulling out those archived lesson plans. Once you find a lesson that you'd like to use, you're going to reuse that lesson plan and place it inside your new lesson plan book. And again, this is just like taking your classes from the past and importing those assignments, quizzes, and projects into your new class. So the first thing I'll do is I'll open up my first period class. Then I'll move over to the classwork page. When I'm ready to create an assignment and click the Create button, I can choose to add an assignment, a quiz, a question, post material, or in this case, we're going to reuse a post or an assignment from a previous class. When I click on that, I'm going to see a list of all of my classes. My current classes are listed on top, and all of my archived classes are underneath. This is why I feel it's so important to label that section along with your class. In this case, I'm going to use my Semester 2 class from Period 1 last school year. Here are a list of my assignments. I'm going to choose this example assignment and click Reuse. You'll notice that it has a code in front of it. I learned on a Google Classroom video how important it is to put this code in front of each of your assignments. It can really help you track assignments later on. So the 1.1 just means that this assignment was given week 1 on the first day of the week. In this example, a Monday. So assignment that has 1.2 would be given on a Tuesday of the first week. 1.3 would be Wednesday of that first week. 1.4 would be Thursday. 1.5 would be Friday. Teach your students how to use this code and it'll help everybody stay organized. When I reuse a post, you can see that the title came over, all of the directions, any attachments, so whether it's a link to a website or maybe a Google Doc template. You can also choose or change whether you want students to just view the file, whether students can edit the file, or whether you want each student to have a copy. Over on the right-hand side, you can choose all of your settings as you normally would for each assignment. In addition, if you want to post this for all of the sections of your classes, you can do that. I'm going to change the points to 10, set a due date for the next day, which would be Tuesday. And then you can see that the topic of the previous class also comes over at that assignment. In this case, I don't want it to say week 1, March 30th. So I'm going to make sure that I choose the correct topic for this assignment. Now I'm going to click Assign. And now that assignment has been posted to week 1. It's also been posted to my other 3 class periods. In this video, we've demonstrated the recommended ways to start a new school year with Google Classroom. First, all old classes are archived. Second, we create a new class for each section. And third, remember to reuse posts from your archived classes.